I gave you new headlights. Why are you screaming at me? So I have my son Zachary. He's got a mechanic stethoscope on. So go ahead and hit that, touch that bolt right there. You hear it?
Yeah, sounds kind of like it's spinning.
Okay. Now go down and touch that bolt in the middle right there. What do you hear? You hear it make an extra noise?
A little.
Okay. Okay, Zachary, so you heard that a little bit. Now I just want you to look down here at this pulley down there. You see it?
Yeah.
See how it's wobbling back and forth? Ever so slightly moving?
Yeah.
Okay. That's causing, see that belt right here? See how that belt is moving back and forth on that pulley?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to do that. So Zachary, what's happening there is that pulley here is not supposed to wobble back and forth. It's supposed to be very still. And because it's starting to wobble, it's forcing the bearings to have uneven pressure, and it's just getting worse and worse. So it could be making more noise, and it's wobbling, and it's going to fail eventually. So we have to fix that.
All right.
Sound good to you?
Yeah.
To fix this, I'll be using this kit I got from FCP Euro, and it's got the 3 pulleys. You have your tensioner, your 2 idler pulleys. Here are the part numbers. I'll put them in the description so you guys know exactly what is going on here. Plus, they give you a brand new belt, serpentine belt, that is a Mercedes-Benz branded belt. That should be pretty cool. All right, let's get to work. Okay, we're at the engine, and there's not a lot of room here. You could probably take this off if you wanted, but that's kind of unnecessary. We have to get the tensioner off. Where it sits, you can't even see where this bolt pattern thing is to hold onto it to make this adjust. It's down there underneath the belt. So you really have to, I had to look at this to find out where it was. So we just push this back. It's gonna release tension on the belt, and now we can get this belt off. This is really important. Do yourself a favor, look around, see if you can find a sticker that shows the routing of the belt. If not, get yourself a little scrap piece of paper or cardboard, write down, or actually make a drawing of the pulleys and how that belt routes, because you definitely don't want to be stuck trying to put this thing back together and you can't figure out how to put the belt back on. Getting the belt off can be a challenge sometimes because there's not a lot of room. You just got to get in there, use your fingers to move stuff around. There we go. So this is a Mercedes branded belt, which again shows me that this car was well taken care of. In fact, that's what the Carfax said. For its third owner, or its second owner, it took really good care of it. This, as I'm looking through it, there's really nothing wrong with this belt at all. I'm still gonna replace it because I have a new one, but I'll put this in my parts bin. That way we have it just in case. Let's go ahead and take these idler pulleys off. I was looking at the new one, and they are E12s. And I got this set from Temu, of all places. It was like $8. And being that every single bolt on this car is some sort of E-Torx or Torx bolt, it really paid for itself already. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. This thing does not want to come off. Wish I had one of those ratchets, but it wouldn't fit in here anyway. There we go. Oof. A lot of shavings in there. That bolt may have eaten through those threads in there. Let's get to the next one. That is not a T12. What is that one? It might be a 10. Yeah, it's a T10. This one is really rusted in there. What happened to this car? Where were you driving? On the ocean? This is where that first pulley, the first idler pulley was. Right here. And it's a little bit stripped out in there. I'll put some blue Loctite on it or some red Loctite on it when I put it back in. There might just be a few threads left in there that I can go. Make sure you get all the pieces off. This is the other one that I'm working on here. And I can just about get it with my fingers. It's finger tight now. And then we'll work down. I wish I could film more. It's just tight spaces. And there's the idler. And we're getting back down here where the idler is. You have one bolt here. This one's a T12. And there's another one on the other side. I won't be able to video that one, but I can still get to it with my ratchet. You're not going to believe this, but to get to this other bolt, I have to take the tension off again with my bar and move the pulley enough so I can access the other bolt. As you see here, when we're putting it on, it has this pin. And we pull the pin when we're ready to release the tension. I guess I could probably put something in there to hold it, but I don't have that. Well, I finally got it out. Let me tell you, that was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I got some new war wounds. I probably should have taken this fan out because, man, there is no room in there. And this is what I was talking about, where I had to take the tension off because this bolt, you couldn't get to it, and there's no room to get with a wrench on it or anything. So yeah, this was, man, this was tough, but we got it. Now, you know what? Let's go ahead and start the engine, see if that whistling thing is gone, and spin the pulleys and everything else and see what's going on. Hopefully we got it. The sound is gone. When I spun the alternator by hand, I can't spin it very fast. But if I spin it, I can almost hear it make noise. Huh. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, if it is, that should be a fun project. We'll go ahead and pull the bearings out of it and rebuild it. That's a good way to save money. We're going back in with our tensioner first because all the other pulleys were in the way. And we are down in here, and I mean, I am down in here with what I can get in my hands. I got my head on the engine, and I'm able to move my fingers maybe a quarter turn each time as I'm getting this bolt started. Oh man, all right, let's get the other one started. This is crazy. I can't. Why aren't they turning? That's it. I have lights everywhere and I still can't see anything. That's it. That's it. Okay. At least I got a socket on it, so I'll just spin the next 2 minutes right here. This car is so low to the ground, you can almost, look, I'm kneeling. I'm kneeling and I'm still working on it. Save my back at least. Realize that you're working in aluminum. So if you just pull too hard, you're just gonna pull those threads right out. Make sure it's tight. I don't have a torque spec. You can look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. It's just tight. And now I'll work on this other one with the weak threads. If I had a kit, I would probably go ahead and try to tap it, get them cleaned up. I don't have a set right here. So we're just gonna go ahead and use a little bit of Loctite. I went ahead and ran a bolt back in it and tried to clean them up some. And I think it's gonna be okay. Brand new, made in Germany. So, oh, really? Did that have to happen? We're gonna try this again. I don't know how that happened. This is an old tube, but we're gonna throw some blue Loctite on there. Get this thing threaded back in. Again, we're going into aluminum, so let's be gentle. Let's go ahead and get this other one in as well. This is the little tiny one. We'll go ahead and put a little more Loctite on this one. All right, let's put the belt back on and see what's happening. I think it's gonna be a little better because the tensioner is new and it was wobbly before. So we'll get that fixed, but I'm gonna guess that alternator may need to come out as well. I'm putting the belt back on, and I'm sure glad I wrote this because I was about to route it wrong. Remember, it's just a matter of taking your time, and then it goes all the way across. This belt is really long. Goodness gracious. All right, well, let's keep on working it. Get in there. Let's keep feeding it. Feed the beast. Everything is back together, and let me tell you, that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be because there's no room. It fought me every chance it got. If it was a chance to fight me, oh man, it did. But I took a break. I went and played with the dog for a minute, and I came back to it, all new perspective, and I was able to get it done. That's what we should all be doing with these cars. Because if you think you know everything about these cars or mechanics, these things will make a fool of you. So please, take your time, look at what's going on. Now let's start it and see if we got lucky. The crazy squeak is gone. So it wasn't the alternator, it was one of those pulleys. Nice. Yes, it was one of those pulleys, and I think I know which one, and I'll tell you why. On our table of tools and bloody rags, this part here, this was the tensioner that was going back and forth in the video. And what that was doing, when that was going back and forth, it was forcing this one to rub back and forth. This thing is like really smooth. It got polished. And I think when this started moving that belt back and forth, it was making that squeaky noise. So it's good for that one. We got this one changed. It's pretty rusted. I'm sure it's not long for this world. And then this pulley, this isn't even the right pulley. When they put it on, there's too much gap space back here. This was on the wrong side of the washer. Yeah, this washer is the wrong size. Everything about this was wrong. So whoever put it in, they only put it in 5,000 miles ago, and it was already bad. But now that we got these parts from FCP Euro, we have a lifetime guarantee. If this thing messes up again, I send the old parts back, and I get a refund for new ones. Isn't that fantastic? So we're done with this project for now. I'm gonna button it all back up. I'm gonna leave this attached to the battery to make sure that we're good to go for the next time we go to drive it. I don't know why it got so low so fast. Maybe we need another one. I don't know. So if you like what I'm doing on this channel, if you like what you just saw right here, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to, please leave a comment as well. Let me know if I'm doing something right, if I'm doing something wrong. Let's all learn together. I think that's about it for now. All right. See you later.